Hello everyone, and welcome to this review of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone if you live in America. Now, I'm reviewing the PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox versions of the game, not the PlayStation 1 version or the PC version. Those are completely different games in their own self. Today I'm going to be reviewing the GameCube version of the game. First off, I'm going to start with the story. Now, the game doesn't do a very good job at explaining the story of Harry Potter at all, but that's mainly because if you're playing this game, you should know the story of Harry Potter. If you don't know it, I'm going to explain it right now. The game starts off with Hagrid riding down on his motorbike carrying a baby called Harry Potter, and you're called the boy who lived. This is because an evil dark wizard called Voldemort has killed your parents, and you're called the boy who lived because you're able to survive this dark wizard because no one else ever has. So you're sort of like the chosen one. And that's pretty much how this game starts off. I'm not going to go into any more detail because that'll be spoiling it. But that's pretty much the beginning of the game. It doesn't do a very good job at explaining it, but this game is made for the Harry Potter fans. If you want to get a Harry Potter experience, go watch the movies or read the books. They explain it much better than this game does. Before you know it, you'll be off to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and there are plenty of things you can do. This game is an open world roaming game, sort of. Each day you're given a task, whether it's go to class, get items for someone, or do something like that. But it's an open world game. You can travel around, collecting things like Bertie Bott's every flavor beans, which you can trade in at Fred and George's shops for items like wizard cards. Now, wizard cards are the game's main collectible. There are exactly 101 wizard cards, and these aren't exactly as difficult to get as they may sound. You can actually trade wizard cards. Now, the way this works is there are doubles of wizard cards in the game. You can get multiple versions of the same card, and whenever you get doubles, you just trade it with someone for a card you don't already have. And this doesn't make it too difficult for you to get extra cards and get 101. As you can see in the top left hand corner right now, there is a couple of health bars right here. These lightning bolts represent the health bars, and as you can see there is multiple of them. I think it's for every 20 you get, you'll receive a new health bar. And that gives you an incentive to sort of collect them, and they're not just sort of as a side option. The developers have done a great job of forcing you sort of to collect them, because later on in the game it becomes much more difficult to do the missions when you only have one health bar. So it really does try and force you, and you really do feel like you're getting something out of it by collecting them. The game runs on a day and night cycle. You get up in the morning and you'll have to go to a class or complete a task. And then you go to that class and you have to complete one of the spell challenges. Now this is the game's main draw of the spell challenges. You'll go into this challenge crawling through the crawl space, and then your main objective is to get the spell book. And there's a heap of spells in the game. I think there's a total of 6 or 7, something like that. And each spell challenge is really good. The main objective is to get the spell book and then to get out of there. But you can't just go back to where you came. No, you have to complete it or get up to the top of something to exit or something. And they really do provide a great challenge. The puzzles and platforming in it are really great. I love the spell challenges. It's one of the game's main draws. If there wasn't the spell challenges, the game would feel pretty bland and boring. One thing a lot of people talk about this game is the graphics. Now, a lot of people don't like the graphics for this game. I, for one, love the graphics. I love the cartoony style of this game. I think it's really great. It's sort of like a cartoon in Harry Potter form. It looks great. I really like it. I don't know why a lot of people haven't liked it, because I really like the graphics. Control is another thing with this game. First of all, to start off, I'm playing the GameCube version of the game. So these are the GameCube controls. The PlayStation 2 controllers and Xbox controllers are very similar, but slightly different. You start off by pressing R, which is on the right shoulder button, and this targets an enemy. And as you can see up here, there is the Y, X, A, and B buttons. You can assign spells to the B, Y, and X button, and when you've locked onto someone and you press that button, you'll cast the spell. You hold down it to charge, but don't hold it down for too long because you could overcharge your spell and it hurts you. The A button is your main action button. You press the A button when you want to talk to someone or open a door. It's your main action button. So that's about done with the controls. The controls seem alright. Overall the game controls fairly well, without too many problems. Sometimes there's problems with the targeting system not aiming onto your enemy, but for most of the time it's pretty good. Now the worst thing about Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, is the glitches. This game is filled with glitches. You can really tell the development of this game was sped up and there were things that they skipped. For one, the camera. The camera glitches up a lot. Look at this. I'm stuck in the wall. I can't even move my character. I don't know where I'm going. The only possible way I got out of this was I managed to find my way up to one of the doors, which forced the camera to pan onto me. So then I was able to get out of that. And a lot of the time, I don't know why this didn't happen to me while I was recording, it was really weird, but normally what happens is, nearly 50% of the time when you go to get a wizard card, you'll pick it up out of the chest, and it just won't be there. Harry's holding an invisible object, which is normally a wizard card. Now when I was recording, I wasn't actually able to get it, because for some reason the game was actually working, so it only happens sometimes. But it's pretty big design flaw to miss this many glitches. Sometimes some of the collectible things, like you can search through tables in the classroom, sometimes the option won't be there. Normally you can search through every single one, and sometimes there might be the odd one where the game just doesn't let you do it. And it's really weird and poorly designed. Now, development of this game is a bit weird. First off, when Electronic Arts signed for the rights of the Harry Potter franchise, on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube, they started off with Chamber of Secrets. And then they went back to Philosopher's Stone. So, this is the first Harry Potter, but it's the second Harry Potter game. This is sort of the sequel in the game of Chamber of Secrets. And for that, it's a disappointing game, because not many improvements have been made at all compared to Chamber of Secrets. In fact, you could see it as a bit of a downgraded version. Some of the things that were really cool in Chamber of Secrets aren't in this game, and it's a bit disappointing. One of the game's downsides from Chamber of Secrets is the stealth sections. Now, in Chamber of Secrets, there was a great number of stealth sections. I think all of the night missions had stealth sections in it, and you pretty much had to sneak past the prefects, because you were trying to get an item for someone, or help someone out of a certain situation, and you had to sneak past the prefects. They were kind of like the Hogwarts guard. You have your curfew, you have to stick to it, you're not allowed to be out at night, and they even deduct house points away from you when you get caught, which really did make you try to be careful. But in Philosopher's Stone, this wasn't even in the game. There is one sneaking section, and no, sneaking to Fred and George's shop doesn't count. There's one proper sneaking section, and you have your invisibility cloak for that, and there's like no challenge to that at all. Yes, they do have superhuman hearing, but you can just walk right past them if you walk really slowly. It's super easy to beat that section. They provided no challenge at all, and that was something really disappointing. It's something I really loved about Chamber of Secrets. It was taken out. So that's about everything I have to say for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone gets an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't, and thumbs up the video if you liked it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. You can travel around Hogwarts collecting things like Birdie Bots, every flavor brains.